Hello, my fans. I welcome you back to my channel. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the location that you are hearing my voice. Thank you and God bless you. Still on relationship matters, we'll be discussing a lot of things, a lot of subject matter on this relationship matters. Remember, I am your humble host, Engineer John, and this is Omejon Media or Omejon TV, where we bring a lot of package and excitement program that will capture your mind. Now, our topic of discussion today is how to show an appreciation to your partner, how to acknowledge her for what she has done instead of nagging. Now, my fans, do you know that showing appreciation to your spouse can also promote your relationship, can make your relationship to be healthy? You see, one thing that actually make a relationship to become disgusted is when you don't actually show appreciation to your partner. Whatever thing she does, you always nag. Nagging should not be the subject matter in a positive relationship, but rather try as much as you can to show yourselves appreciation on the little thing that your partner has done. That is the only way to start. That is the only way to keep your relationship or your marriages alive. So, my fans, today's topic we shall be discussing on how you can show appreciation. Sonia Uche, Maurice Sam actually brought to our notice today, telling us, stating 11 ways in which he shows appreciation to Sonia Uche, and it is another tool that has helped him to capture the mind of Sonia Uche and keep to himself. He say, according to him, he said that showing appreciation to your partner, showing appreciation in your relationship, showing appreciation in your marriages actually make the relationship to be healthy and strong, and also make the relationship to be so lovable, and because of appreciation there is always love. Now, according to Maurice Sam, he said that number one in way that he uses to show appreciation to Sonia Uche is telling Sonia Uche thank you. My fans, you agree with me that you in your relationship or in your marriages, how many times have you been able to tell your spouse thank you on what he or she has done? Telling somebody thank you is just a simple way of appreciating individual on what she has done. But how many of you out there can boldly beat your chest that you have told your spouse, thank you for what you have done to me, instead of nagging? So Maurice Sam is telling us today that he uses this secret, telling his spouse, Sonia Uche, thank you. Make her to be appreciated on her little effort. For instance, if your spouse buy you a gift, even if you like it or you don't like it, even if you value it or you don't value it, what you have to say, thank you. If your spouse make a breakfast or even lunch for you, even if you love it, even if it's so tasty or it's not tasty at all, what you have to say is thank you. Appreciate the effort she has put in to make that for you, telling her how much you care. For instance, some spouse will come to your house, you will come to your house and offer some help, maybe mopping your house, washing your clothes, and doing other domestic chores. When you come home, you see it, what you have to say is just to tell her thank you, appreciate her for the little effort that she has put in to make you happy. By appreciating her, she will do more. She'll feel appreciated that this guy is someone who can appreciate somebody that has offered help. So, my fans, I want you to employ it because it is a positive strategy that will help your relationship to grow. Now, number two, as mentioned by Maurice, he said that after saying thank you for the little help that he derived from Sonia Uche, Sonia Uche will understand that he actually appreciates her. Number two, he said that you should appreciate the little things she does. You know, for instance, in a relationship, you must appreciate the little things that your partner has done because that little things might be the only thing that she can offer. But learning how to appreciate the little effort that your spouse has put in is the only way to keep your relationship alive, to keep your marriages alive. For instance, my fans, for you those married couple, learn how to appreciate your wife little effort. She mustn't buy the whole world for you. She mustn't offer you the whole world. What she can offer is what she has. You came back home, your wife suffered to make you dinner. While she served you dinner, even if the dinner is tasty or is not tasty, after having that dinner, what you have to do? You have to tell your spouse, wow, you can call her that pet name that you actually call her, telling her, ah, my Oli, my joy, I appreciate your effort. Your food is so tasty. Ah, that is why I hardly skip my dinner. I hardly eat outside. I can't eat what my wife or my spouse has not prepared for me. In short, you can even make that appreciation, telling her that she is the best cook in the whole world. By doing so, you are actually, she will understand it that she is dating someone who is thoughtful, who is respectful, and who is kind, who is caring. Not only after having the meal, in the presence of the meal that she has prepared for you, you'll be nagging. Ah, this food is not tasty, it's not what you cook rubbish, you do this, do that. Now, Maurice Sam is telling us appreciate the little effort that your partner has put in for you. And that is the second point on today's topic. Then the third one is that Maurice Sam actually told us that you should show her that you notice the everyday detail too. Like for instance, how do you notice the everyday detail in your friends, in your family? For instance, for the married couple, when you went out in the morning and come in, you see a lot of effort that your wife has put in making your house to be neat and clean. What do you actually want to do? Some people will just look at it and say it is a normal peril of a wife to offer to her family. But actually it is a peril, it is a duty, it is a function, which she also actually understand that it is her own function, her duty to offer to her family. But in other way around, for you to be romantic, you can tell her, mommy, wow, all this you did today, why? Please don't kill yourself for me. Oh. I appreciate your effort. Washing my clothes, keeping my house neat, making my favorite meal. Wow, all in one day. Am I not the luckiest man on this world? Ah, I can't stop thanking God for giving you to me. It is an accolade that you need to offer to your spouse or your wife. By doing so, she will feel appreciated. Remember, my fans, you understand that everyone need to be appreciated in the little thing that he or she has done. So, seeing that she has done this for you, you have to appreciate her. Wow, you can just start by saying, wow, you did all this in one day. Wow, Please don't kill yourself for me. But in other way, I applaud you. You are so kind. I wouldn't have known what my life have been without you. Thank you. So that is what Maurice Sam says that we should employ in order to make sure that our what you do is good. Your wife is being appreciated. The number 3 point is give her compliment. How do you compliment your wife after the daily chores that she has offered to you? How do you actually compliment your wife? It's another aspect of life that a lot of marriages do not show concern on what their spouse is offering to them. I'm not talking about the lady, I'm talking about the men. For the ladies, you appreciate your husband for the little effort for making the family to be sweet and smooth, for providing for the family. It's not easy to provide for a family. So when you see your husband or your spouse providing for the family, actually try to understand that he is going through a lot. Compliment his effort. You can start by saying, wow, my dearest, you are so kind. I don't know how would my word have been if I have not met you. How do you think my word have been? You are the best. You provide every day without complaining. Wow. And same go to the man. You can compliment your wife on the same effort that she has put in order to keep the family going and sweet and smooth. This is another aspect that Maurice Sam has introduced to us and he wants us to employ. It is a strategy to keep your home. Now, the fourth strategy is ask about her life. You know, a lot of relationship are suffering on this particular strategy. A lot of marriages are not actually adopting this strategy. How many times have you asked about your spouse, about your wife, about your spouse? You are in a part you it involves two partners to be in a relationship and also to be in marriage. Now you have not seen your partner for days. Do you call her on phone? Do you write her a note? And even if when he comes back from the work, do you actually ask her about her life? What actually transpired for the day? Because she will be moody and she need you to ask her about her daily activities. He will be moody. And maybe he went out in the morning, but he went through a lot in the office, only to come home. You should ask him or ask her, mommy, or giving her the pet name or as always do. What actually transpired in the office? How was the office today? How was work today? You see, this is a kind of thing that actually triggered love in a relationship. You don't neglect it because you feel that it is always all right. No, try as much as you can to always ask your partner about his or her daily activities. By doing so, your partner will feel being cared for, being loved, and being appreciated. Now, the fifth point that we should be looking at is be her biggest advocate. How do you be her biggest advocate? Always and every time, ask her about her life, about her project, about her dream, about her work, about his work. Even when your partner is moody, when your partner is not the same way you know her, how many times have you called her or called him to ask to be the best advocate, soliciting an advice, positive advice? Maybe your partner is having some project that is, messing him or her up, and every time she's just trying to make sure. How many times have you been an advocate to him or her? So being an advocate to your spouse will actually trigger the love between the both of you and the love in the relationship and in your marriages. So that is what Maurice Sam is telling us, to learn to be the best advocate to your spouse, and that actually we make your spouse to be to love you more. Now, the sixth point has been mentioned by by Maurice Sam. He said, ask her for an advice. He said, don't do not say that your spouse cannot offer you an advice because she might not be she might not be she don't know anything about the project that you are having. You ask for an advice. For instance, you are pursuing a particular project that is giving you sleepless nights, and you think that your partner or your wife cannot be of help to that particular project because she knows nothing about the project. My dear, you don't know where the solution will come. Your solution, you're being depressed all night because of that project, can actually the solution can actually come from your spouse. So you can share it. Feel free to share your spouse. That is what Maurice Sam is telling us. That's the strategy he employed to with Sonia Uche, and it is working for him. So he indulge us, he encourages us all to employ this strategy, and it will work for us. So do not neglect to have. I mean, actually ask for your advice from your spouse or from your husband, from your wife. Do not feel free to ask. You never know where the solution might come from. Do not neglect your spouse that she might not offer you a positive advice. Actually try to ask her for this advice. Maybe you are shipping a container and your container has been on the high sea for more than 2 months and it has not come back. I mean, it has not landed and you are depressed. What I have invested so much in this goods and I don't know what to do. Oh, I don't you'll be depressed. Feel free to ask advice from your spouse because you never know where the solution might come from. God can actually provide a solution through your spouse, despite the fact that she know nothing about the business or the project at hand. That is what Maurice Sam is actually advising us to do because it involves two partners in that relationship. Now, the second point that Maurice Sam want us to understand is that he said you should support her dream and celebrate her success. A lot of you fans, a lot of relationship are suffering from this particular supporting the dream of your partner and celebrating her success. One thing in Africa, one thing in Nigeria is all about making sure some relationship are suffering from this particular strategy that Maurice Sam has brought to our notice today. Why? Because Maurice Sam has said that you should support the dream of your spouse and celebrate the success of your spouse. You see, at times in a family, a man can be the head, a woman can be the head. But whichever way that happens, you should be happy and be supportive. You should be happy and embrace it because it is your family and it is your family cause. Try to acknowledge your spouse, maybe because she is the breadwinner, or support her dream, support her and celebrate her success. Maybe your wife turned out to be a bank manager, you are oppressed because my wife earn more than me. It is about ideology. You should try to reason positively because her dream is her dream. She started that dream even before you know her. And now she is in the peak of her dream. What you have to do as a spouse, what you have to do as a husband is to celebrate your wife success. Be positive in her dream. Support her dream. You can start by saying, wow, I am the luckiest man on this earth. Look at the peak of your career. Look at where you have ascended. Am I not happy? Celebrate her and also support her dream. Do not be like Africa. Do not bring this kind of African mentality that a woman must be under me. Who told you that your woman, did you marry her to be under you? Did you actually marry your woman to suppress her? No. You married your woman to accelerate her, support her dream, and celebrate her success. So let this be in your mindset. By doing so, your woman will understand that you actually love that she has a caring husband and a caring partner. So Maurice is telling us today to support the dream of our spouse and also celebrate the success of our spouse. Now, the eighth point that Maurice has brought to our notice today is tell her that you miss her. In a relationship, in a family where the husband cannot tell her wife or the wife cannot tell her husband that she misses her husband, it is something that is very, very simple to say. But how many of us actually employ this strategy in our family? Maurice has come out today to tell us that these are the strategies that he employed and it is working for him. Between him and Sonia Uche, he employed this strategy. He called Sonia Uche, mommy, how are you doing? I miss you. I miss your presence. So in a family, in a relationship where the both of you are together, maybe for example you haven't seen your partner for long, maybe 2 days, and you don't even care to call your partner, to even call your partner. Thank you, technology has come to take place. What happened on the phone call? What happened on texting your partner? You can do that. Everyone need to be appreciated. Tell her how much you miss her. Tell her how much you miss him. You can even start by saying, honey, the house is so lonely since you left on this your trip to Abuja, trip to Lagos, trip to Canada. By calling, communication is another strategy of a positive relationship. So don't say that you cannot tell your husband or tell your wife how much you misses him or her. It is a simple tool, but it is something that is being exempted in a relationship, exempted in a marriages. Try as much as you can to introduce this into your family. Tell her, your spouse, maybe he went to work and you have stayed 4 to 5 hours without hearing from him. Call him. Mommy, you can use the best pet name that you always call him to tell him that you misses him. By doing so, he will know that you actually he married a wife and his wife is so caring. So, my dear, Maurice has come out today to tell us that we should tell our spouse how much we misses them on their faces. Now, another point that Maurice mentioned is, which is the number 9, is offer to help with domestic chores. A lot of African men out there actually have this low mentality that offering on a domestic choice is belittling themselves in their family, that the women are meant to cater for every domestic chores at home, which is actually wrong. Remember, a family involves two parties, relationship involves two parties, and you are already in a relationship, you are married and you own a home. Do not say it is the choice of a woman to perform, but rather try to be supportive. This is where supportive come. You try to support, offer her help with domestic chores. You can mop the floor, you can mop the parlor, you can make the parlor healthy. You do not just leave everything for her. Remember, week to week she is the one performing the domestic duties at home. She is the one performing the domestic duty, taking care of your children day in day, washing their clothes. Just the only day you have to offer that domestic chores to her, you are making an excuses that it is meant for her. Remember, relationship to function properly, it involves two partners. For a family to be healthy, it involves two partners. Do not shy away. Do not say that it is your woman chores, it is your woman duty that for you offering her help in performing domestic duties is belittling yourself. No, it is wrong. Do not, if you are having that mentality, please abort it, because it will not never ever help your relationship to grow. This is what Maurice is telling us today. He said, try as much as you can, the little time you have, offer domestic support or chores or perform domestic duty at home. Do not say it is the only meant for your wife to perform. So, my dear, Another point that Maurice raised today is, which is the number 10, is write her a short handwritten note. A lot of us in the olden days, yes, in the olden days, I was told that that is when, before you can be able to check a woman and own her, you go through a lot. Yes, you go through a lot to win a woman's heart. So, and actually, that is when love actually existed. Unlike now, you pick your cell phone, call her. But it is very simple. Like in the olden days, you start by writing a handwritten note. You might not even see for a week or even a month, but you sit down and write a handwritten note. You send to a friend to send to her. That is the ideology that was in existence during 1990s or even 1980s. But now, technology has come into place where the ideology of writing note is not much available now. They cannot even vouch for many couples writing notes to their spouse. But do you know that writing handwritten note to your spouse will be more appreciated to your spouse? Maybe you can just write a handwritten note to your spouse, place it in her pillow, or you can even put it on the suit that your partner will be putting on, or even in his pocket. The content is, baby, I love you so much. You are the best man I've ever married. I thank God every day for giving you to me. When your husband sees that, wow, she will appreciate it more. So learn how to have a handwritten note to your partner, even when you are still in the same house. Well, my fans, another point, which is the last point that I want to tell you and I want you to embrace, is always and every time. Maurice tell us always and every time. He encourages us always and every time. Tell your spouse that you love him or her. Telling your wife, I love you. Telling your husband, I love you. My fans, is it a big deal? But this concept is missing in marriages, is missing in relationships. You always told your partner how much you love and care for him when at the onset, when you started checking your wife. But now you both are together, you are married. How many times have you told your spouse how much you love and care for him? How much you love and care for her? Moise Sam is advising us today that if this concept, this strategy is something that he wants his fans to embrace in order to keep their home, in order to keep their marriages, in order to keep their relationship. Often and every time, tell your spouse how much you love and care for them. He said that telling your spouse, calling your spouse, looking your spouse face to face, eyeball to eyeball, holding her hands, standing together, telling her how much you love them, actually make your spouse to feel appreciated, feel being cared for. Remember, every woman need care, love, and affection. Every woman, African man think that whenever they provide the basic necessity, the basic need to their spouse, they have done it all. You are wrong, my fans. You are wrong out there. Remember, for you to keep your home, to maintain your home, to keep your home to yourself, you must try to learn how to tell your wife how much you love and care for her. Looking her eyeball to eyeball, face to face, holding your woman by your side, telling her, mommy, wow, I can never forget the first day I met you. You are the best wife. You are the best friend. You are the am I not lucky to have you? I love you so much. This concept, I don't see, my fans, is there any big deal on it? I'm not seeing something that is abstract from this concept that if you introduce into your home. Remember, everyone wants to be appreciated and be cared for. Even your husband needs to be appreciated and be careful. You as a wife need to be appreciated and be careful. Do you know when you tell your wife, cuddle your wife, holding your wife hand, telling her face to face, looking her eyeball to eyeball, how much you love and appreciate her. Telling her verbally that you love her. Do you know the extent of joy that your wife will drive in her heart? How many spouse out there is offering this to them? Instead of nagging every day, always tell your wife how much you love and care for her. These 11 tools I have mentioned above will actually help you to build your relationship, to build your marriage, to own your marriage, to keep your marriage, to keep your spouse, to keep your relationship. Well, my fans, I have come to the end of this segment where Maurice shared with us 11 strategies that he employed to keep his woman. And he urges us also to do the same. So my fans, I want you to look at one of these strategies, try it and employ it in your relationship and see it working for you. Well, I'm a humble presenter, which is I am Engineer John, and I thank you for watching and staying by me. Remember, if you're hearing my voice for the first time and haven't subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for, my fans? Do well to hit your hand on the subscription button icon to get yourself subscribed to my channel. And also at the right hand, you see a notification bell icon. Please click on it to get yourself notified, because a lot of package and entertainment segments that I'm going to upload is still warming up. I want you to be notified whenever I bring another entertainment and fresh package video. Thank you, my fans, for watching my video. Remember, this particular segment is something that will help you to grow and also help you to maintain your home. Thank you, and God bless you, my fans.